The work of God in its daily manifestations is often treated by many Christians as Jesus Christ was treated by the Jews. There is so much unbelief in the world, for too many people speak of God unworthily and never stop finding fault with His activities in a manner they would not dare to use toward the most incompetent workman. What we really want to do is restrict His work so that it conforms to the rules and boundaries that our limited reason considers suitable. We try to improve and do nothing but complain and grumble. Yet we are surprised at the way the Jews treated Jesus Christ. When I think of God's love, His adorable will, His unerring acts, I cannot believe how He is treated. How can the will of God be unreasonable? How can it ever be wrong? Yet we say, there's this little business of mine. I need this. What I want has been taken from me. My neighbor is hindering the good works I want to do. Now, isn't this quite unreasonable? And on top of it all, I fall ill just when I should be fit. Now, let me tell you that the will of God is all that is necessary, and what it does not give you is of no use to you at all. My friends, you lack nothing. You would be very ashamed if you knew what the experiences you call setbacks, upheavals, pointless disturbances, and tedious annoyances really are. You would realize that your complaints about them are nothing more nor less than blasphemies, though that never occurs to you. Nothing happens to you except by the will of God, and yet His beloved children curse it because they do not know it for what it is. When you lived on earth, Jesus, the Jews regarded you as possessed by a devil and as a Samaritan. Now, today, how do we regard that adorable will of yours? What do we think of you, you who live as the centuries drift past, always worthy of all praise and honor? Has there ever been a single moment from the creation of the world until now, or until the end of time, when the holy name of God has not merited all praise? It is a name which resounds through every age, and through all that happens in every moment of all those ages. It makes all things holy. Can we imagine that the will of God will hurt us? Shall I be afraid of or flee from His name? Where could I find anything better if I am afraid of God's action on me? After all, it is the work of His divine will. Now, how should we listen to God, who speaks to us in the depths of our hearts at every moment of our lives? We have our normal senses and our intelligence, but what if they cannot understand the truth and goodness of His words? Is it because they are too feeble to cope with the divine truths? But should we really be astonished that our human reason is baffled by the divine mysteries? When God speaks, He uses mysterious words, and they are a death blow to all that we are as rational human beings. For all the mysteries of God destroy our physical senses and our intellectuality. These mysteries revitalize the heart, but they bewilder the rest of us. By the same stroke, God kills and gives life, but the keener the pains of death, the more intensely does life flow into the soul. The darker the mystery, the more we are illumined by it. So a simple soul finds God where He seems not to appear at all. If we want to live a life of faith, we must fight without pause against our senses.